We apologize for that minor break in the action, but we're back. 28 seconds remaining here in the first half. The Rattlers trail by 6. Shot clock is turned off. Bolton working the left side, gets it over to AK in the high post. 11 seconds now for the Rattlers as they look to get a decent shot to end the first half. Smith, oh, beautiful pass to AK who slams it down. And a great way to end the half for the Rattlers, cutting the deficit to 4. They trail 26-22 as we head to halftime. Stay tuned for second half action right after this. Welcome back, Rattler fans. It is halftime here at Bill Greehey Arena, and we are now going to recognize former Rattler basketball greats who are in attendance for this afternoon's ball game.
Yeah, always fun. St. Mary's is definitely a community. And it's always great to welcome back some of our very favorites, some of the very people that embody the blue and gold. That is the St. Mary's former basketball greats, of course, as we've talked about through the broadcast, spanning so many decades, from the 70s, 80s, 90s, and even today in the 2000s. Today we go back in the way, way back machine. But look at all the Rattler greats. Very fun to see them, always fun. They'll be recognized here at halftime. We'll leave you with the sights and sounds of this halftime recognition of Rattler basketball and its great lineage.
At this time, ladies and gentlemen, we would like to call forward to step out and to recognize the Rattlers of 1964. Kenny Simpson, Tom Dolan, Buddy Meyer, John Christie, Dick Franz, George Smith, Jim Schultz, Ben Moore, and Bob Edge. The head coach was Ed Esparger. The 1964 team left a special mark of history, becoming the first team in the program to advance to the national tournament. The Rattlers finished 15-13 overall and 6-2 in conference in the 63-64 season, coached, as I said, by Ed Esparger. The Rattlers won the Mid-State Conference Championship, advanced to the District 4 playoffs, where they would face East Texas State. In the 63-64 postseason, the Rattlers played a 3-game series against East Texas State, falling in the first game 65-59. Rattlers then rebounded to sweep the next 2 games to take the district championship and earn the school's first national tournament appearance. The Rattlers earned their first ever NAIA tournament victory with a win over Central Connecticut State 64-62. In the second round of the national tournament, the Rattlers faced perennial NAIA-powered Grambling State. It was led by future NBA Hall of Famer Willis Reed. The Rattlers pulled off one of the biggest upsets in NAIA tournament history, 72-66, propelling the squad to the quarterfinals. In the quarterfinals, the Rattlers were defeated 59-54 by the Rockhurst Hawks, who went on to win the national championship. St. Mary's that year was led by 13 All-American and District 4 who advanced into the NAIA National Tournament's Final Four. Will the members of the 73-74 tournament please step forward? And look at those shorts. Team members Ron Rennie, George Harris, Tom Mills, Mike Brennan, Gary Tomaszewski, Adam Zachary, Roy Leggett, David Bibles, Stephen Grant, Sean Campbell, Dennis Carter, Robert Reed, Bill Bryan, Frank Opeka, and Dave Gillett. The manager was David Blanchwiller. The assistant coach was Buddy Meyer, and the head coach was Ed Messbarger. Coaching yet another memorable team, Coach Messbarger took St. Mary's to the national tournament, posting a 24-9 record and an 11-1 conference record. After winning the Big State Conference Championship, the Rattlers again faced the Lone Star Conference champion, East Texas State, but the District 4 champion, with the winner advancing to the NAIA National Championship. The Rattlers lost their first game on the road, 84-79, but came back to sweep the Lions, winning the final 2 games of the best of 3 and advancing to the NAIA National Tournament. The Rattlers routed Keene State in their first game, setting up a showdown with the #1 seed in the tournament, Fairmont State of West Virginia. The 16th seeded Rattlers stunned at the #1 seed, 71-65, as Gary Tomaszewski and Dave Hewitt combined for 34 points. For the third time in program history, the Rattlers had advanced to the quarterfinal game where they faced Augustana College. Dennis Carter scored 19 of his 26 points in the second half, and Gary Tomaszewski chipped in 20 points as the Rattlers advanced to their first ever Final Four appearance, defeating Augustana College 74-65. The Rattlers' national championship dream was shattered the following night by Alcorn State 76-71, sending the Rattlers into the third place game where they eventually fell to Kentucky State 95-79. The Rattlers were led by leading scorer Dennis Carter and All-American Gary Tomaszewski. After coaching 2 of the most prominent teams in St. Mary's basketball history, head coach Ed Messbarger was inducted into the St. Mary's Hall of Fame as well as the NAIA Hall of Fame. One more time for your 1973-74 And now, ladies and gentlemen, will the members of the 1988-89 NAIA National Championship team please step forward? Adrian Rose, Anthony Houston, Edric Bonnie, Omanuo Maseki, Sam Hines, Warren Smith, Zachary Lawson, Steve O'Keefe, Ronald Thomas, Warren Schultz, Everett Henderson, Matt Sarasa, Joe Baker, Gary Gervin, Steve Smith, Carlos Love. The managers were Tom Brennan, John Allen, Steve Lugan, and George Vasquez. The assistant coaches were Jim Zelsing and Steve Celestine. The head coach was Buddy Meyer. Led by St. Mary's, San Antonio Sports, and NAIA Hall of Fame coach Buddy Meyer, the 89 championship team went 28-5 with a 9-1 conference record before winning the NAIA National Championship. St. Mary's road to the National Championship started with a dominating win in the District 4 championship game over Texas Wesleyan. moved the Rattlers into the national tournament as the number 8 seed. The Rattlers started off the 1889 national tournament with wins over William Terry, 77-53, and Cumberland College, 56-40. The winner of Cumberland moved the Rattlers into the quarterfinals, where they defeated the College of Idaho, 81-68. This set up the Rattlers' third trip into the semifinals, where they were to face Central Washington. Behind Anthony Houston's 26 points, 8 rebounds, 4 steals, and 4 assists, and Rusty Thomas's 20 points and 6 rebounds, the Rattlers advanced to their first ever national championship game with a hard-pounding 60-58 semifinal win. The Rattlers semifinal win today one way to keep from the coveted national title that they've been chasing for the past 25 years. In front of a national TV audience, St. Mary's stormed back on a halftime deficit to win their first ever national basketball championship, defeating East Central University 61-58. The Rattlers were led by NAIA first-team All-American Anthony Houston, who scored 25 points and 5 assists in the national championship, including 2 crucial free throws with 48 seconds to play, giving the Rattlers the lead for the first time. Houston led the Rattlers in scoring with 18.7 points per game and assists
Welcome back, Rattler fans. Bill Gree Arena is the scene. St. Mary's and Lubbock Christian doing battle for Heartland Conference supremacy. David Tovar, Brian McGlow on with you. And before we get back into the game, got to talk about that halftime we showed you. Special halftime tribute and a reunion of Rattler basketball greats from decades past. 60s, 70s, and 80s recognized, including the 1989 NAIA National Championship team coached by Buddy Meyer, and had greats like Robert Reed on, and just many of the Rattler greats you see on their numbers hanging retired on the in the rafters. Just great to see. Awesome tribute for these gentlemen who made the blue and gold proud.
Oh, and Witt right there, picking the pocket of Rogers. And Binney now running the offense.
Second half more than underway here. Minute in, Rattlers trailing by 4. Monroe, he is hit, and he wants a call badly. Will not get it. A lot of fouls called in that first half. Over 25. And so it was a free throw parade, if you will. And both teams looking to get right back in it. A low-scoring first half. Some very poor shooting marred the first portion of the first half. Again, bad shot there. And ball goes out of bounds. It'll go to the St. Mary's Rattlers. 5 on the floor beginning the half for St. Mary's. Marvin Witt, Marvin Binney, J.J. Bolton, Joe Monroe, and Joe Alexander. Beginning the half for Lubbock Christian will be Ford, Brancato, Gargula, Durham, and number 10, Baker.
And a block is called on Tyler Rogers as he tried to draw the foul on J.J. Bolton. And that'll be Rogers' third personal foul, first team foul of the half for Lubbock Christian.
So it'll be Rattler basketball here. They'll inbound from under their basket. Joe Monroe will keep it. Swings it left to Binney. Now Witt, top of the key, drives, shoots, tough jumper, no good. Rebound out to Lubbock Christian. Here is Ford. Christian will have it here. This is Jeremy Ford, defended by Binney. Now Baker driving on Monroe. Puts up a high floater. Alexander there to change up the shot. Rebound comes out to Binney. Binney trying to look ahead of Witt. Now Binney going to take it all the way. He gets that to go. And Marvin Binney gets that to go. 24-26 the score.
And that the first field goal for either team in the second half. Beautiful play by Marvin Binney, splitting the defense and elevating for the easy deuce.
2-point deficit here for the Rattlers. They are gaining traction. Ford to bring it in. Finds a rolling off balance Brancato, and that is off the mark. Ball out of bounds, and it will stay with Lubbock Christian. The foul will go against number 40, Isaiah Matthews. That is his third of the game. Matthews scoreless. Ford launches one. Way off the mark. Fresh shot clock, though, for Lubbock Christian, so they'll bring it up the court. Brancato working on Bolton. Finds Baker. Top of the key. Puts it on the floor. Right side. Driving. Tough shot. No good. Alexander not able to corral it. Here is Baker. And he is fouled. And that will put Baker at the line.
And Alexander picking up his third personal foul. And we will likely see Ryan Thomas check into the game. And we do.
43, Ryan Thomas for Justin Alexander.
And Alexander will take a seat. Ryan Thomas checks in. Matthews, Witt, Bolton, and Biddy on the floor. Second free throw is good. At exactly 3 minutes into this second half, 4-point lead for Lubbock Christian. Rattlers have been playing from behind the entire game, and Bolton has this one stripped, knocked away, and now Lubbock Christian on the run. Holman drives, tough scoop shot, gets that to go. What was a 2-point deficit has crept all the way back up to 6 on the St. Mary's Rattlers.
This Rattler team, a very tough team, especially at home. They have an excellent home record. 10-2 at home inside Bill Greehey Arena.
Here's Witt driving all the way. Marvin Witt gets all the way to the basket. 26-30 now. Great job there by Witt being assertive, and that's something he needs to find once again. He was doing that early in the season, early in his Rattler career. Dropped off just a little bit, but is trying to pick up that offensive fury, and defensively, that's just a better shot there. Shot is good by 24, Radrell Holman. And that is Holman's second bucket of the game. He's got 4 points. And the Lubbock Christian lead back up to 6. Here's Benny driving, and he is clipped. That's here, though, counted on the floor. Rattlers will have possession. We come back, 15:37 remaining. Stay with us, more upcoming on the Rattler Network.
And we welcome you back, Rattler fans. 15:37 remaining in the ball game. Lubbock Christian leading the St. Mary's Rattlers 32-26. Brian Magliuan and David Tovar here bringing you today's Heartland Conference matchup. And the Rattlers come out of the timeout, working the offense. Benny tried going baseline, was sealed off. 17 on the shot clock, and Marvin Witt able to draw some contact, and he will head to the line for 2 free throws. Earlier on in the game, the story was Lubbock Christian's 3-point shooting. They are currently 4 for 7 from behind the 3-point arc, and they are shooting an amazing 47% from 3-point land. the Rattlers, it has been a struggle offensively as Witt able to hit the free throw. But for the Rattlers, offensively, they have struggled. 19% from the field. What has kept them in the ball game is their free throw shooting. They're shooting 70% from the charity stripe. Out of 24 free throws, they have made 17. And right there, great move by Eli Baker, able to draw the foul. And he will head to the line for 2. And that will be the 4th personal foul on Isaiah Matthews. And that one falls for Baker. And the lead back up to 6.
Here comes the Rattlers.
Bolton swings it up top to Witt. Ryan Thomas trying to post up. The entry pass is deflected. And the Rattlers will have 16 left on the shot clock. Benny gets a screen from Monroe. Monroe trying to post up. The zone defense not allowing for it. Benny launches from behind the arc, front rim, no good, and Witt, the smallest guy on the court, able to grab the rebound and put it back up. And that is his 9th point of the ball game. And right back, the Shaps able to respond with a bucket of their own. Hoop plus the harm for Eli Baker. And that is the 4th foul on Joe Monroe. The 6th team foul already for the Rattlers. And that free throw off the mark. And Benny moving it up. Witt off some screens. Unable to hit from 3. And the rebound go to the Shaps. Bolton up top with the ball, gets it over to Benny. Back up top to Bolton, who calls for a pick from Thomas. Little 2-man game right there. Bolton gets blocked, and possession will change hands. Shaps get possession. Now ball being swung around. Great drive right there. AK, great defense. Able to thwart the attempt by Baker. And Bolton dribble handoff to Benny now. Benny up top. Gets it over to Bolton. Stutter step. Pull back 3 short. AK tipping it. Gets it off the effort by Thomas, and all alone is Holman, who is able to get the easy lay-in as a running Marvin Witt came by trying to block that lay-in, but nonetheless, the Rattlers trail by 8. Thomas down low, gets doubled, swings it back outside. Now it's on the right side. AK posting up. Oh, great play by Marvin Benny. And he is fouled on the play. The foul will be called on Isaac Cardona. And Benny was able to power his way into the lane and was hit hard and knocked to the ground. And now he'll head to the line for 2. The first free throw is good for Marvin Benny. Benny shooting 76% from the charity stripe this season, averaging 9.8 per game, and he gets the second one to fall. 32-38. Sheps still lead the Rattlers as we approach 12 minutes here in the ball game. Ball up top to Cardona, but a whistle is blown and the foul, I believe, is called on Marvin Witt, and that'll be the 7th team foul for the Rattlers. AJ Lucky will head to the line following this break. But right now we have a promotion going on, brought to you by our very own David Tovar. One and only David Tovar, ladies and gentlemen. Not only does he bring you the action on the broadcast, but he also entertains the crowd out here inside Bill Greehey Arena. And we have 11:57 still left to play here in the ball game. Both teams so far have shot the same amount of shots, 31 each. The difference is the Rattlers have only hit 6 compared to Lubbock Christian's 12. Defense has definitely been the order of the ball game, as the first free throw is good for Lucky. Lucky, a great free throw shooter, shooting just under 82% on the year. Able to swish home the second. 40-32 now is the score as Benny brings it up quickly. Over to Witt on the left side. AK flashes to the high post. Gets it over to Wilson, who feeds it quickly to Ryan Thomas, who's swarmed by several blue jerseys. But that sets up the open three from Marvin Witt. And that is only the second three-point field goal made by the Rattlers, both of which were courtesy of Marvin Witt. And the Rattlers able to stifle that offensive opportunity right there, but possession will stay with Lubbock Christian. Oh, great drive and swooping under the basket, no good. And after that made basket, we would like to welcome back David Tovar. David, great job down there during the promotion. Always having fun, entertaining the crowd.
Thank you so much. And remember, Rattler fans, you still have a chance to come check out Rattler Athletics live and in person inside Bill Greehey Arena this season. That'll be March 1st. More on that as we continue. This one has been a tussle between two of the Heartland Conference best. Lubbock Christian at 14-6, leading the St. Mary's Rattlers 42-35.
And into the game is Cameron Pierce. Benny getting a pick. And now he dishes over to Wilson. Pierce, wide open three. Bang.
Gets that to go. Cameron Pierce, first bucket of the game, and it's a big three-pointer. The Rattlers back within 4. Here is Lubbock Christian. A.J. Lucky loses possession. Unlucky there. Here's Benny driving. Got to take it all the way, and he is rejected and takes a hard tumble. And a whistle is caught, and Benny will look to go to the line.
I believe no foul was called on the
floor.
play.
Wow. Well, it'll be an out of bounds, excuse me. So, but now they will call a foul. It's one of those classic late calls. So it'll be off the ball, and ball not even in play.
And that is the 4th personal foul on Isaac Cardona. He has been very aggressive battling the Rattler Bigs here this afternoon as he'll take a seat.
Here's Benny, dumps it off to Cameron Pierce. Ryan Thomas looking to post. Little pitch and catch here between Pierce and Benny. Pierce for 3. That shot off the mark, no good. And now Ford comes up with a rebound.
Oh, tough turnaround shot. No good for Baker. And Benny looking to push, dishes it off. Oh, give and go right there. Unable to hit is Benny. Oh, and bodies colliding out of bounds.
And then the bodies have hit the floor all the way into the Rattler bench. That's A.J. Lucky, another unlucky tumble there.
Jared Anthony, although we haven't seen him in today's game, could have been credited for drawing the offensive foul right there as he got whacked out of bounds.
So at the line will be number 24, Redrell Holman. He'll be taking some free throws as the Shaps are in the bonus. Alexander about to check in.
Holman was at the line, an 81.8% free throw shooter on the season.
Pretty good numbers there for Holman. Holman on the day, 6 points. Looking to add it to his totals here. First free throw. Rattles good.
And Holman has already bested his season average in points as he misses the second. Averaging 4.5 per game, has 7 already this afternoon.
Here's Pierce looking to spot up, dribbles, drives, right side, kicks it all the way across court. Wilson for 3, no good. Rebound comes out to Brancato. And now Lubbock Christian on offense. Jeremy Ford. There's Brancato against Pierce. Brancato forced out, and it is Rattler basketball. Cameron Pierce quickly snatching that basketball away as it belongs to the Rattlers now.
And you can see it in the eyes of each and every one of these Rattler players. They know it's go time with just under 9 minutes remaining in the ball game.
And a lot of horseplay underneath, and the foul will be caught. It goes against Lubbock Christian. It's on 55, Andrzej Gargula from Prague, Czech. So foul on him. That will be his 4th of the game. Cameron Pierce inbound. Finds Ryan Thomas, Wilson, Benny, and Alexander. 5 on the floor in Rattler gold. Thomas high atop the key, now finds Benny. Benny looking to reset. Plenty of time on this shot clock. Over 25 seconds remaining. Here's Benny, left side. Has a lot of room. They're giving him a lot of room here. Instead of wisely opts finds a cutting Wilson, but a foul underneath before the shot went up. And it's going to go against the Rattlers. Offensive foul. It's going to be on Pierce. Excuse me, on 54, Justin Alexander. It looked like Pierce was the guilty party, but instead it's on Alexander. That is his fourth.
And several Rattler bigs in foul trouble. And that could be the deciding factor as we enter the late stages of this ball game.
Alexander picks up his fifth. He is gone. And so the Rattlers will have to go the rest of the way, 8 minutes, a little bit under 8 minutes without Alexander. Trailing by 5. Stay with us. More upcoming. You're watching all the action on Rattler Network.
With 12 premier institutions across 4 states, the members of the Heartland Conference are proud partners of their communities and NCAA Division II. We are committed to the academic and athletic success of our student-athletes. The Heartland Conference offers a vibrant championship experience with schools that are nationally competitive, engaged with their communities, and supported by hundreds of thousands of fans who promote a positive game environment. To learn more about the Heartland Conference, visit us at heartlandsports.org. Choose Division II. Choose the Heartland Conference.
Welcome back, Rattler fans. 5-point deficit for the St. Mary's Rattlers, 38-43 the score. David Tovar, Brian McGloyo on high atop Bill Griggy Arena. Game 2 of our Saturday afternoon doubleheader. It's our final Saturday afternoon doubleheader of the year. No, I lied. We have one more, thank goodness. One more left. As the first free throw is no good.
Baker at the line. Hits the second.
Second free throw is good. 44-38 the score. Vinny, Thomas, Pierce, Wilson, and checking in is Efi AK. 5 on the floor in Rattler gold here. Justin Alexander fouling out, and Wilson, that one a little behind him. That got away from him. Let's see what they're going to call. Looks like a foul, and it will be assessed to Efi AK. So AK checks in and picks up his first foul. 4 points on the day for AK with a frivolous slam dunk, and we'll take another timeout. Stay with us. More upcoming free throws for Lubbock Christian when we come back on the Rattler Network.
We have so much to celebrate in Division II, but we're especially proud of our commitment to Make-A-Wish.
Division II student athletes have led a year initiative to raise funds and help grant wishes of children with life-threatening medical conditions.
$1 million have been raised, and hundreds of children's wishes have been granted. We play hard, we work hard, and we support others in need. Why? It's simple.
Because we care.
Welcome back, Rattler fans. A 6-point deficit for the St. Mary's Rattlers as we're heading to the home stretch of this one. Rattlers versus the Shaps of Lubbock Christian. David Tovar, Brian McGluion, of course, with you here inside Vilgree Arena. Free throws upcoming here for Lubbock Christian. Both free throws are good. 46-38 the score now. 8-point deficit. As the Rattlers keep the same 5 on the floor. Rattlers going big here. Benny and Wilson at the guards and Cameron Pierce at small forward. Has a little bit of an opening. Trying to corral it quickly. Drives all the way and gets a nice layup to go. 40-46.
Very rare to see Cameron Pierce dribble and drive into the lane, and he was able to get the easy bucket.
There's Ford looking, finding Durham. Good defense being played by the Rattlers. Almost suffocating here. Here's Baker on his pivot foot, trying to get it away. Oh, tough jumper, and that's good. Great shot there. That's Bo Durham. I believe if he was named near or because of the movie Bull Durham. Of course, I don't know if you can name someone Bull. Foul on the play. It'll be down low and it'll stay with the Rattlers. It'll be free throws, and now the Rattlers enter the bonus. So Marvin Binney will head to the line. Binney, 4 points on the afternoon, looking to add to his totals here. First free throw is good for Binney. Rattlers back within 7. Two free throws are good, and now the Rattlers within 6. Here's Baker over to Ford, right side. Now Brancato. Ford working against Binney. Drops it off. Rogers, long 3, and that is good. All 3 belong to Rogers and the Shaps. Big time shot there.
And with that, Rogers has 7 points.
Yeah, none can prove to be bigger than those 3. Here's Wilson, spins, drives all the way. Almost got that to go. A little strong off the glass there. And Fred Wilson will head to the line.
And this is where the Rattlers need to take advantage at the charity stripe. It has kept them in the ball game thus far, and it'll probably be one of the contributing factors, if any, in bringing them back in this ball game as Wilson hits the first.
Wilson's first free throw is good. Two free throws are good, and of course Fred Wilson had that big game down the stretch against UTPB on Thursday night. He'll look to have another one here.
Tough up and under, and Ryan Thomas diving on the floor, and he is able to get back up, and the Rattlers will gain possession.
Here's Benny working the court. Pierce for 3, that one rattles home, and a big 3-pointer there for the St. Mary's Rattlers. Cameron Pierce brings it within 4. Benny trying to deflect this possession off Ford, trying to pick his pocket, not able to. Here comes Rogers. Swinging it over, Baker, and now Ford. Brancato. That'll be a foul on the floor, and so more free throws upcoming. Big shot there by Cameron Pierce.
Yes, I was about to mention Marvin Binney, as he brought the ball up the court, was calling out a play, and that play was executed to perfection. Pierce setting the screen for Binney on the left side, curling around a screen from, I believe, Ryan Thomas, which freed him up for the open three-pointer.
And it rattles home successfully for St. Mary's, and they are within 5 now, make it 6 after those 2 free throws. Big free throws there by Brancato. And now the Rattlers will bring it from the full length of the court. Got Wilson, Thomas, Pierce, AK, and Binney on the floor for St. Mary's. Here's Pierce all the way, flips one up, and a blocking foul. Almost got that to go, but Pierce will head to the line, and some big free throws here.
And we're seeing some different moves from Cameron Pierce, known as a spot-up shooter, able to maneuver his way into the paint and draw the blocking foul. Timeout on the floor. 3:54 remaining here. We're in for a good one. The score, 53-47. Rattlers trail by 6. You're watching the Rattler Network and Rattler Basketball.
We have so much to celebrate in Division II. We're especially proud of our commitment to make a win.
Division II student athletes led a teacher initiative to raise funds and help grant wishes of children with life-threatening medical conditions.
Nearly $3 million have been raised. Hundreds of children's wishes have been granted. We play hard, we work hard, and we support others in need. Why? It's simple.
Because we care.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. 3:54 remaining here in the ball game. The Rattlers trail the Shaps of Lubbock Christian by 6, and Cameron Pierce at the line, hitting the first of 2. Pierce calmly sinking the second. And Marvin Witt checking in for Pierce. The Rattlers now trail by 4 as they go into a full court press. And Lubbock Christian able to break the press, and the Rattlers able to get back. 3:40 now remaining in the ball game. St. Mary's needs a couple stops here if they want to claw all the way back. Trailing for most of the ball game. A 3 is launched off the mark. Monroe fighting for the rebound and into the hands of Ryan Thomas. Here's Binney on the break, and he is fouled. And the foul is called on number 10, Eli Baker. And Marvin Binney will be at the line. And now the referees will go to the review on the previous play. 3:15 remaining in this ball game. We'd like to remind all of you Rattler fans that the Rattlers will be in action this Thursday at McMurray to take on the Warhawks in Abilene, Texas. Tip-off for that game will be at 7:30. The Rattlers will be back home on March 1st as they take on Texas A&M International for the final game of the season. All these games important as the Rattlers look to get in shape for the tournament push.
Yeah, they'll look to defend their Heartland Conference title. And these are going to be the big gut check games. You got coming up a road trip over to McMurray and then St. Edwards on Saturday. And of course, they'll be back 2 weeks from today on March the 1st. 3:15 remaining, a 4-point lead for Lubbock Christian. 49-53 is the score. David Tovar back here with you. Brian McGlue on alongside Marvin Binney at the line with 3 minutes, 15 seconds remaining in this ball game. Binney's first free throw is good. Now on the afternoon, Binney with 7. And no 2 points could prove to be more crucial than these as he gets both to go, and the Rattlers are back within 2.
Clutch free throws there by Marvin Binney.
Now the Rattlers playing a little bit of press here, trying to hurry up the inbound, and Jeremy Ford has possession. Down low is Baker. He is fouled, and Monroe cannot believe it. It's another foul on Monroe. That is his 5th, so he is done for the afternoon. And now it'll be Isaiah Matthews who will come in for Monroe. So Matthews, who also has 4 fouls, about to play some big minutes here. Bryce Smith getting ready to check in, maybe add some height here. You look at your bench and you are razor thin at bigs. You got Jared Anthony left. So the Rattlers will like to go a little bigger on the wing since they are a little smaller in the post. Second free throw is no good, and oh, they're gonna call a lane violation. Lane violation, oh my goodness. You rarely see these called.
And a confused look from Marvin Binney, and for good reason. As you mentioned, you rarely see that called. And
that's a rarity. You don't see that at all, and that will give another possession to Lubbock Christian, and that one is good.
Still a 1-possession game, however.
Still plenty of time, so this may not have much bearing, but in a game like this, you have to consider almost every possession down the stretch. Here come the Rattlers trying to get something going. Pierce driving, almost losing possession, stays with it. Now Binney, right side, puts his head down and drives all the way. Another layup, he's not able to connect. $1 million move in the 10-cent finish. Binney not able to finish at the rim. And so then a call. Stoppage here, and they're pointing, I believe, at Binney.
I believe it was an official's timeout to see if Eli Baker was all right to continue. Baker came up gimpy following that previous play. Might have banged knees with someone.
Yeah, a lot of contact down low, and Lubbock Christian will get a chance to reset here. 20 seconds remaining on their shot clock. They are up by 3. Here's Pierce defending A.J. Lucky. Durham steps out. Lucky all the way to the rim. Gets a step on Pierce. He is fouled. And my, oh my. A couple of key possessions here on both sides of the floor for St. Mary's. Defensively at the free throw line, they are called for a lane violation after 2 missed free throws from Eli Baker. And then on the other side, Marvin Binney, gorgeous move, drive to the basket, and he's not able to put it in the cup. First free throw is good for A.J. Lucky, and just like that, what could have been a tied ball game, what could have been a 1-point deficit is now again bubbled to 4. Second free throw is good. 5-point lead here for Lubbock Christian, and the Rattlers are in dire need of this possession. Benny handling as we approach a 2-minute warning. Pierce on the left side. Here's Thomas, swings it around. Now Benny working. Finds Bolton. Over to Pierce. Got Thomas posting. Here's Bolton driving all the way. That doesn't fall. Thomas not able to corral it. And the large constituency from Lubbock, Texas, roaring their approval as the Rattlers squander another layup here.
And each possession now becoming all the more important as we are under a minute and a half.
Oh, and that's an important possession there. A little too fancy. Jeremy Ford. Good intentions. This goes a bit awry. 51-56, under a minute 20 here. Rattlers here, they've got into the rim twice. Let's see if they go back to the rim or they try to shoot a three. You got Cameron Pierce. Oh, down low, nice dish. You got the whole defense worried about Cameron Pierce. Ryan Thomas down low, good position. And he gets that to go. Timeout on the floor. We'll stay right here with you. 53-56 is the score. Quick update from Dixon Stadium. Men's baseball winning their first game of a doubleheader this afternoon against Metro State. They actually trailed by 2. They trailed 5-3. The game went into extras where a walk-off hit by Drake Roberts sealed the deal and gave the Rattlers, I believe, a 6-5 victory. Not too sure of the score, but I'm sure of the victory. Game 2 is actually underway right now over at Dixon Stadium. More on that as the night continues on RattlerAthletics.com and our social media hubs, Facebook.com, and also on Twitter at St. Mary's Rattlers. 3-point game here, 1:04 remaining in the second half. Bill Grigg Arena is the scene. David Tovar and Brian McGlue on with you. Ball is inbounded. All the way. No stopping that one. That press was broken quickly and effectively by Lubbock Christian. 5-point lead now once again. Here's Benny. Stops, pops, jumper is good. Big jump shot. And a timeout is taken. We'll stay right here with you. All right, Brian, it's imperative now that you get a defensive stop. Do you play press? Do you let them bring it up the court? Do you try to trap them? Do you go for the steal? What exactly do you do?
Well, if I'm the Rattlers, I want to press full court, try to get a turnover on your end of the floor, and if not, get back on defense. On the previous play, they did not do that. So if you are going to press and you're St. Mary's, it is important to get back and prevent easy buckets at this late juncture of the ball game.
Well, they seem to be heeding your advice. They look to be lined up in a press. Ryan Thomas, the safety. Isaiah Matthews, very long, trying to grab that inbound. And Lubbock Christian doing a masterful job of getting out of that first press. Now they're going the length of the court here. Marvin Binney playing on A.J. Lucky. Here is Ford. He lost it. And here's Binney. He's got Witt next to him. And he is fouled. Well, the Rattler press came through. past half court, and Benny comes up with the steal, and he's able to draw the foul, and he had 2 big free throws with about 2.5 minutes remaining. He's got 2 big free throws upcoming here. First free throw rattles good. Second free throw is good, and we are within 1. 57-58. Rattlers playing press. This one is lobbed to A.J. Lucky. A.J. Lucky stuck. No contact, no foul. He's on the floor, and he's demanding a timeout. That or a foul.
Several calls could have been made on that play. A travel, a foul, a
Timeout. They'll give him a timeout. And the Lubbock faithful rambunctious here. They wanted a foul. The Rattler faithful wanted a traveling violation. My, oh my, it broke down here. Bill Green Arena, Rattler fans, the place to be on game day. It really is. You know, here's a cheap plug. Tomar's Take. I wrote about how Dixon Stadium and the park at St. Mary's was the new gem of St. Mary's, but you can't forget about the treasure that is Bill Green Arena. Wow, so much emotion, so much action going on.
And the liveliness of the crowd. This has a playoff atmosphere to it. Both teams with 9-5 records in conference play. One of these teams will leave with the victory, and the
other will not. Now, there's no more time on the shot clock. I don't know if they're gonna. I don't know if they've reset it or they've just. Or they're going to turn it off, and if that's the case, if you're St. Mary's, you must foul or attempt to steal here or pressure. Okay, there's no shot clock, and there's a jump ball. Oh, and there's a timeout. He got saved by the whistle. Oh my goodness! The possession arrow going to St. Mary's. 2 referees had their thumbs up, signaling the jump ball, which would have given possession to the St. Mary's Rattlers, and then Lubbock Christian able to sneak a timeout called. It's the old icing, the kicker. My, oh my.
Oh my. 2 tough breaks for the Rattlers. Lubbock Christian bailed out by timeout. Another 30-second timeout.
My, oh my. What a turn of events. I won't lie to you, Rattler fans, but it was kind of a dud of a basketball game to begin. Only 10 points between them midway through the first half. What was some cold shooting has now turned into one of the more complex and one of the more intriguing finishes we'll see this season here inside Bill Green Arena. 17 seconds remaining, a 1-point lead for Lubbock Christian. It's Jeremy Ford inbounding. He's trapped again. And this time a foul is called. Referees have to act quick here. And you can be sure they'll be headed for the hills at the conclusion of this game if it's within the next 15 seconds or another 5 minutes of action or even more. But for now at the line is number 32, Tyler Rogers, a sophomore guard from Lubbock, Texas. And he misses the first free throw. It's a lot to ask of a sophomore.
Rogers, an excellent free throw shooter, 84%. But
those nerves do not account for 84%. Here's the second free throw. Knocks that one down calmly. And I don't know if the Rattlers have ran out of timeouts. They're not calling for one. They're going to have to go to the length of the floor. Here we go. Benny will bring it up court, and now they call a timeout. So they will get it from their side of the court. 11.1 Rattler fans remaining. 11.1 remaining in this game, Rattler fans. A 2-point lead for Lubbock Christian as they try to escape San Antonio with a win. David Torwart, Brian McGlory on back here with you. You go for 2, you go for the win, Brian. LeBron James went for the win. against Golden State.
Yes.
But you, Mr. McLuhan, here against Lubbock Christian, if you're the Rattler coach trying up to play,
If
what
I'm
do
the
you do?
Rattlers, I take whatever the defense gives me. First off, I take whatever is the best shot opportunity out there. If an open three-pointer is there for a guy like Marvin Witt, Marvin Binney, Cameron Pierce, I will take that three. But if you have an easy lane to the basket, I would rather have you take it and take my chances in overtime. The Rattlers trailing by only 2, so they don't necessarily need the three-pointer. It'll be up to the players to execute what is being drawn up as this game hitting its exciting conclusion.
We are at the climax of this one. A couple scores in double figures. Witt has 12. Pierce has 10, and Binney has 12 as well. Witt, Binney, Pierce, Thomas, and Bolton, the 5 on the floor in Rattler Gold. Inbound is Witt, and it goes to Binney. Under 10 seconds, here's Binney. Right side, working against Lucky. Binney driving all the way to the lane, and that shot is waved off, and it's going to be a foul on the floor.
With 3.9 to go.
No continuation. Binney got all the way, and it will not be continued. My, oh my. And I think a wise move there by Lucky to draw the foul. Once Binney got away from him, he had to foul him, so Binney gets that shot to go, and it will not count. Instead, he'll head to the line for 2. We'll lay out right here, Rattler fans. First free throw is good. Matthews checking in, adding some height in case of a rebound. You got Bolton and Pierce, and a timeout is called. And this one is getting more dramatic by the second. My, oh my. Told you, Rattler fans, one of the more dramatic and intriguing endings we'll see this season here inside Bill Greehey Arena. We thank you so much for joining us on the Rattler Network. Of course, check out our social media hubs before and after every game at St. Mary's Rattlers. We're also on Instagram at St. Mary's Rattlers, and of course on Facebook, facebook.com/St. Mary's Rattlers. Marvin Binney has put up a very nice game, 13 points, really picking it up in the second half. Down 1, he's at the free throw line. Brian, it's a situation that as a kid in the park or in the backyard, you dream up.
Oh,
Under 5 seconds, you got a free throw to tie the game.
I was one of those kids that dreamed of this moment, and I'm pretty sure Marvin Binney has
as well.
Chalked it up in his mind as well, and
well, here we go. Here's when dreams come true. The boyhood dream. Here is Marvin Binney, the native of Toronto, for 1. And he gets that to go. Ice cold, and now there's another whistle. It's a substitution, and so the Rattlers will try to get a steal here. They don't want to foul. They do want to get some pressure. Lubbock Christian has to go the length of the court. Rattlers doing a good job. They're going to play off a little bit. They're going to run the clock. Here is 40. Heaves one up. Almost got that to go. It had the distance, did not have the accuracy. We will see you in overtime. The Rattlers and the Chaps.
Oh my.
Going to extra. Stay with us. More upcoming on the Rattler Network. Welcome back, Rattler fans. Overtime inside Bill Gree Arena. The Rattlers and the Shaps will use 5 more minutes to decide a winner. And boy, oh boy, it's been a ruckus crowd here inside Bill Gree Arena. So many of the Lubbock faithful, joined of course by the Rattler faithful, the Rattler reunion that took place. And well, how fitting that this a game that wasn't exactly the hottest to start has one of the more intriguing endings in regulation. And well, Brian, you were talking about during the break, what about stats?
The stats don't matter.
Yeah, everything's out the window. It's 0-0 once again.
You throw everything out the window, and you throw everything you got into trying to win this game. All that you worked for the first 40 minutes don't mean anything now. It's what you do these last 5.
Indeed, and we have to go back and we have to talk about Marvin Binney. 2 clutch free throws. I mean, some weird sequence of events. You have a lane violation that gave Lubbock Christian another chance at the free throw line. You have what would have been a jump ball in favor of St. Mary's and a timeout saving Lubbock Christian. And then you have Marvin Binney, who drives to the basket, executes a layup, and then that's waved off in favor of a foul. So Binney has to earn 2 the hard way, and that's how we're here in overtime. 59 on, now 61 after the 2 free throws completed by Lubbock Christian. 5 on the floor, and St. Mary's Gold. It's Witt, Binney, Thomas, AK, and Bolton. Rattlers trying to get something going offensively. Once again, they've done a great job. At one point, at 49 seconds remaining in regulation, Lubbock Christian led 58-53. Since then, the Rattlers went on a 6-1 run to close out the half. Marvin Binney gets another bucket. The Toronto native and Fuego here down the stretch. 4 straight from Binney, and he keeps his Rattlers all even at 61.
Binney, Canadian ice in his veins.
Canada dry ice. Ball being moved around here by Lubbock Christian. Down low to the check. Here is Ford for 3. That one way off balance, and I'm sure it's not the shot his coach wanted. Here come the Rattlers. Witt able to scoop up possession. He's going to keep it.
And the Rattlers have the chance now to take the lead for the first time in a very long time.
Yeah, it seems like forever since the Rattlers have led. Here's Thomas down low. Has the step. That one just off the mark. No good. And Lubbock Christian with it now. Over to Ford on the right side. He's met by Binney. Ford trying to atone for that 3-pointer. Ball is stripped, and it is off the hands of Binney and the Rattlers. Brancato will check back in. Ford, Brancato, Gargula, Durham, and Holman. 5 on the floor in in Lubbock Christian in blue. That 3 is good, Brancato. Another big 3. We saw him at the beginning of the game hit one from about 32 feet. It was way behind the arc. And he gets a huge 3-pointer there to go. 64-61. Now Rattlers again playing from behind, not able to capitalize on the previous possession. Here's Binney. He's had the hot hand. Binney looking to be the main man here. Tough jumper shot, no good. An errant shot. AK trying to keep it alive, and it's Binney who comes up with it. And now the Rattlers will look to reset here.
Fresh shot clock for the Rattlers as Binney gets it over to Witt.
There'll be a foul here. It goes against Lubbock Christian. It's going to be on number 33, Bo Durham, and that is his 5th. So Durham is out, and Thomas will be at the line. Hey, Rattler fans, you want a piece of this action? Here's a reminder. The home finale on March 1st, 3 p.m., it's against A&M International. They are in a tussle against UTPB currently right now, and this is going to be huge in the standings come March 1st. You can order your tickets online. We'll have that link. We'll have that very shortly. No, we won't. Just go online. Go to StMUtickets.com to order your tickets for the home finale. Wow. This will be the place to be on March 1st. Here's Thomas. First free throw. Way off the mark.
And speaking of Heartland Conference standings, currently Texas A&M International, who is the #1 team in the Heartland Conference, trailing UTPB by 2 with 5:16 left in the second half.
Ryan Thomas gets the second free throw to go after completely whiffing on the first one. 2-point game. Here's Brancato, cold-blooded three in the previous possession for him and the Lubbock Christian Shaps. Now Witt on him. Witt, of course, giving up a lot of height, but he's one of those pesky defenders that you just can't get around if you're an offensive player. You got to give the ball up. Here's Holman. Brancato for three again. That one takes a couple bounces, and it ends up in the hands of Holman, and just like that, a 4-point lead now for the Shaps. Here's Benny. 25 seconds on the shot clock for St. Mary's. Now Witt on the left side. Top of the key is Thomas. Now Benny working again on the right. Over to Bolton. That was trying to get something going offensively. They're looking inside. Bolton might have to just take this one up himself. And he does. Tough jumper. No good. He keeps the tip alive. And the rebound comes out to the Shaps.
And once again, we're hitting that portion of the ball game where every possession matters.
Indeed, and Rattlers seem to have a little bit more magic left. Remember, they trailed by 5 with under 50 seconds remaining in regulation. They trail by 4 here, approaching 60 seconds. Here's Brancato. Takes up a floater, that is good. Brancato gets that to go, and a 6-point lead here. The Rattlers are being left with little options here, as they might have to just take a long-range jumper after this timeout. Rattler fans will stay with you. 50.8 remaining. An update from, I believe, Laredo. A&M International even at 65 with UTPB. Right around 4 minutes remaining in the second half. That, of course, is huge in the conference standings. David Tovar, Brian McGlulion with you, and well, would prove to be an exciting finish to regulation. Maybe anticlimactic. Big shots there by Lubbock Christian in particular. Anthony Brancato, 5 of his points coming here in the overtime. Big three-pointer, huge three-pointer.
And Brancato able to put Lubbock Christian in the lead. It is a 2-possession game with 50.8. The Rattlers face this situation in the end of regulation. Let's see, as you mentioned, if they have any magic left here inside Bill Greehey Arena.
Benny, Witt, Thomas, Matthews, and Pierce. Benny gonna load it up for three. He gets that to go. Marvin Benny from way downtown, and the Rattlers stay in it, and Benny deflects that on the bounds, and it'll stay with Lubbock Christian. But the Rattlers showing a lot of grit. They're staying in this one.
And Marvin Benny, we are seeing something out of him this afternoon.
Yeah, very, very special performance for Benny. 19 points. Big three-pointer, big free throws, and the Rattlers are going to try to press again. Matthews playing off, so is Benny. Here comes Ford, and again, Lubbock Christian finds himself in this peculiar position where what they assume is a safe lead is anything but. Oh,
and about
some pass there.
A 9 to 10 second differential between the game and shot clock, and the foul is called on Pierce as Rogers heads to the line.
Tyler Rogers back at the line. Remember, he missed a free throw in the last possession. I think this will be 1-1 or...
Oh, they're still in the double bonus.
The double, so it'll be 2. So big shots here for Tyler Rogers. First of 2 upcoming here. That's the first one to go.
And that was a big free throw right there, pushing the lead into now 2 possessions, yes. 24.5 left for the Rattlers.
And St. Mary's going to go the length of the quarter. They still have a timeout. They're going to try to advance it past the half-court line. They're going to go Yeah, they're going to go with no timeout here. Here's Benny driving all the way. Almost got that to go. He is fouled. Benny knows if he had a little more control after gathering and going up for the layup, could have gotten that to go. He'll go back to the line, and Benny, who had 2 big free throws, including one with 3.9 seconds remaining to put the Rattlers in overtime.
And that was an important play right there. 1, the Rattlers able to stop the clock, and 2, they only took 7.8 seconds off the clock as Benny calmly sinks the first of 2.
Benny's second free throw's up and good, and Benny has been ice cold clutch from the free throw line. Substitution here for Lubbock Christian. A.J. Lucky will check back in for Eli Baker. And the Rattlers again are propped up in their press, and so a timeout is called. 16.7 remaining. A 3-point game separates St. Mary's and Lubbock Christian. Once again, Rattler fans, we thank you for joining us on what has been an eventful day here at St. Mary's. 4 sports in action. I beg your pardon. Tennis in action, softball in action, baseball in action. You're watching basketball right here on the Rattler Network. Good finish. Either way, good lead into All-Star Saturday night. I know you'll be watching. I'll definitely be tuned in. And wow, it's been a Rattler Saturday afternoon. Let's see if the Rattlers can cap off with this dramatic overtime thriller. Still very much in it. 3-point game. The Rattlers force a steal here.
The Rattlers pressing, hoping for something, and Benny nearly gets the steal right there, but Pierce will have to foul, and it took roughly
maybe 2 seconds off that clock.
2 seconds, yes, off the clock, and now Lucky will head to the free throw line. Lucky, an excellent free throw shooter, 81.8% from the charity stripe.
Referees are trying to assess the foul correctly. Time is in order, 14.4 remaining with Lucky at the line. Unlucky there.
That one rimming out, and the Rattlers still have life.
Lubbock Christian will not try to rebound this possession. And the second free throw falls. 71-67 now. Benny, who's had the hot hand, brings it up court. Drives on forward, and he is bumped. So, odd stoppage there, and the Rattlers will take it. Right around 5 seconds taking off. During that sprint up court, Benny bumped by Ford. So Ford picks up his third. Now Benny at the line. First free throw is good, and it continues. What this allows is the Rattlers, if Benny can knock it on the second one, to get back in a press and try to get another steal with the clock off. Here's Benny again. That shot is good. Benny 6 for 6 since the end of regulation and in overtime from the free throw line.
And the Rattlers once again in the press, trying to get a steal.
Let's see who's a cornerback out of this group. Bolton's gonna have to foul. And that only took off a couple seconds, so the Rattlers doing well. Only hope here for the Rattlers is for a free throw to be missed here. And you can see it right here. This is Tyler Rogers, again the sophomore. He had a big miss in regulation late in the game, and he looks up at the scoreboard, and I don't know about you, Mr. McGluio, I'm not exactly a body language linguist, but he looks pretty calm there.
And Rogers understanding that this is his chance at redemption. As you mentioned, unable to close the game out in regulation, now has the chance to put his team up, which he does by 4.
A timeout is taken, I believe, by Lubbock Christian. So it is 73-69. That free throw, that pair of free throws is good.
And the thing about college basketball is that
it's never over. Until
never
gun.
over, yes.
You have to get to the 0-0-0 on the clock for it to be over. Yeah, I mean, this can easily be 2 heaves from half court. It could be a steal and a layup. I mean, anything can happen, Rattler fans.
We have seen it all.
Oh, yeah.
And the thing is, though, what will make it difficult for the Rattlers, what I've noticed, is that it takes roughly around
kind of 5 seconds
5 to 8
unless they're going to
get
launch
court.
one.
Yes.
And by that I mean maybe launch a pass from outside and get it past the midway point. We'll see what the Rattlers opt to do here.
It's a 2-possession game, so the Rattlers will have to account for the fact that they will need to get the ball up. But it'll be interesting to see if Lubbock Christian opts to press to make it difficult for the Rattlers to inbound it, or to let them get the inbounds and prevent a 3 from being made.
That's a great point, and it looks like Lubbock Christian said they're going to press. They got a couple guys back. They're playing more of a spread a little bit.
A soft press right there.
Definitely soft. You're absolutely right. And here comes the heave all the way to Witt. It's caught. Witt turns and shoots. That shot no good, and that will effectively do it. Good pass, good catch. Just not able to make the shot. And that's the way the cookie crumbles for the St. Mary's Rattlers. They are defeated by Lubbock Christian 73-69 in a barn burner. A great game.
Yes, indeed, it was a great game. Slow to start, but the Rattlers fought back valiantly. Amazing effort from Marvin Binney, who led all scorers with 22 points, but that was not enough as the Rattlers.
Yeah, you got to commend Binney's effort. Huge.
Down the stretch, it was
6 big free throws without missing one. Big time game for Marvin Binney, and a big time game from Marvin Witt and from Cameron Pierce off the bench. Big effort for those guys. Just not enough against Lubbock Christian. They definitely had a lot going for them in this game. Great shooting, some timely shooting, particularly from Anthony Brancato. Big time game from that young man over on the Shap side. Well, Rattler fans, that will do it from us on what has been a loaded day in Rattler Athletics. Softball, baseball, tennis, and basketball all in action. Of course, check out our website, rattlerathletics.com, for all the write-ups and all the stories concerning all those teams. For Brian McGluyon, I'm David Tovar signing out. This has been a presentation of Rattler Athletics on the Rattler Network. The St. Mary's Rattlers defeated by the Lubbock Christian 73-69.